TeachAnOldDogNewTricks.com. More than 40 hours of free computer training. Sit, stay, and learn. Thank you. Hi ladies and gentlemen, this is Tony Holowitz and thank you for being here. In our last tutorial, we created our first invoice. And as we went through the invoice, you'll see, or you saw, that it asked us for information based on a lot of the things we were doing. We were going through a little bit of setup. So the act of creating our first invoice had us do things that QuickBooks is going to use all the time. So the first time you do things in QuickBooks, it takes a little bit more time, but once you get that stuff set, then QuickBooks remembers those things and it's much easier to work with. So what I want to address next is this. That invoice which we saved and then closed is out there. And we'll come back and show you how to get to it, because obviously you might want to mail it, you might want to email it, or hand deliver it to the client. But this is the point where I think QuickBooks suddenly gets interesting. Let me tell you what I mean by that. We created an invoice and now it's in the system. We created an invoice, that's a sale. That's money that's owed to us. So now that we've done something, we might want to know, either for curiosity's sake or just to be able to track things, what is going on in our business. So now that we've created our first invoice, we can now create our first report. I'm going to come up and I'm going to click on Reports, and I'm going to go down to where it says Sales, and I'm going to come over and click on Sales by Customer Summary. Now keep in mind, there are so many reports in here to choose from that I just picked this one. No particular reason, it's just there. It's the top on the list, so I just did this. So when I click on Sales by Customer Summary, here is a summary of our first sale. In other words, we create an invoice, now there's information in QuickBooks that we can report in, or on, I should say. There's a thing called GIGO, garbage in, garbage out, meaning you can get a report based on only what's in here. Garbage in, garbage out. If you don't put it in, you can't get it out. Now we have our first report. If we want to draw down on this or zoom in on it, if I put the pointer on the 3990, you see we get this little magnifying glass with a Z in it. The act of double-clicking on the 3990 will take us a step in. If we come back here and double-click on the 3990 again, it will actually open up the invoice. And there is our first invoice. The act of creating the invoice shows you some information over here, and now we're ready to go on to our next invoice. My name is Tony Holowitz. Thank you for being here. Have a great day.